weekend I was lucky enough to go to the cinema on 3 consecutive nights to watch the entire trilogy, the extended editions of the trilogy. I just thought I'd come on and share a few thoughts about that experience. So it's currently January 20th, 2026. So on the 16th, 17th and 18th of January, they were showing the trilogy in cinemas to celebrate 25 years. And I went. I took my son, which was really nice for me. I actually found it a really amazing experience. It's the first time since these movies came out originally that I have seen them in cinema. Obviously I've seen them on DVD since then, but there's something special about the big screen, isn't there? So I don't want to review the movies per se. I think everyone has pretty much seen them by now. But one thing that made this viewing a little bit more special was an introduction by Peter Jackson to each movie. He came on, which I didn't know was going to happen, and he gave a little 10 to 15 minute talk before each movie, reminiscing, sharing some experiences and anecdotes about recording the films. And then for the third movie, for Return of the King, he took the opportunity to remember some of the people who've passed away since these movies were made. He mentioned Christopher Lee, Bernard Hill, he plays Theoden, and a producer who he has worked with a lot. And it was nice to I think it was nice to do a kind of little tribute to those people. Fellowship was first. Great experience. I have to say I was a little bit tired because it was Friday and I'd work that day, but I still loved it. But by day 2 or night 2 and 2 towers, I was fully invested and I had a fantastic time. not just from the movie, but from the book. It's an amazing piece of writing, The Ride of the Rohirrim, the Battle of the Pelennor Fields. And then, of course, you have the endings, multiple endings, really, but culminating with the Grey Havens, the departure of Frodo, Gandalf, Galadriel, and Elrond, leaving Middle-earth, leaving for Valinor. And Sam returning home with that famous line. Oh, here we go. "Well, I'm back," he said. I think Lord of the Rings has probably one of the best endings of any book that I've read. I think it's perfect. The return to that normal life that they were fighting for throughout the story. Yeah. So, very special experience. Like I say, I was able to take my son, who's only 12, and obviously he wasn't around when the movies first came out, and he hadn't actually watched them before. He had watched half of Fellowship, but that was a few years ago, and he was probably too young to really appreciate it. But he loved them, which was really, really nice for me, something that we could share and enjoy together. And I think he's now a bona fide Lord of the Rings fan. He even started reading The Hobbit when we got home on the last day. I gave him my kind of paperback version to read, and he's been getting into that. It's a break from Harry Potter for him. So yeah, very special kind of trilogy for me. I am a book guy, primarily. I'm just sipping a whiskey there. Yeah, books. The Lord of the Rings book is my first love, but I do love the movies too. I'll mention a few things. They hold up well over the years, I think. There's a few, perhaps, moments where the CGI is just for a split second, maybe a little bit. No, it doesn't look quite right. But most of the effects are still really good. The Balrog, Gollum, of course, the battle sequences. I even enjoyed Shelob this time. One of the quibbles I had the first time I saw the movies was that I thought Shelob was too small compared to the book. In the book, I think she's bigger than in the movie. But I actually thought the Shelob sequence worked well this time. I think the Galadriel. But I now think, actually, yeah, that's a perfect casting. It's really good. She plays that part brilliantly. And even Arwen. I think my issue with Arwen wasn't so much Liv Tyler's portrayal as the fact that Glorfindel got cut from the story for Arwen to have more of a role. Yeah, fair enough, they didn't really need another elf character in Glorfindel, but he's such a cool character from the history of Middle-earth that I was looking forward to seeing him on screen, and then he wasn't there. But yeah, the castings are all fantastic. I think the actors all pulled it off so well. Can't believe I sat through, what is it, like 11 and a half hours of cinema over one weekend. But it was good. It was very good. I felt super sort of immersed by the end of the third one, like, inspired. And I just wanted to share that experience with you guys. I totally overindulged in popcorn and fizzy drinks and sweets. But yeah, I made an event of it, It's been 25 years and I just thought, let's do this, let's go for it. All 3 nights. Let's have fun, let's make it great. Man, was I tired on Monday. But it was worth it. And I would do it again. I would recommend it. I don't know if they're still showing these now or later in the year, but if you get the chance to go, even to one of them, if not all 3, then I recommend it. If you love these movies, it's special seeing them on the big screen. And the extended editions, I think, with 1 or 2 exceptions, they just make it better. I still don't like that the Witch King breaks Gandalf's staff. As a book guy, I would maintain that in a one-on-one, I think Gandalf the White defeats the Witch King of Angmar. That's my view. But I love the Witch King's battle with Éowyn and Merry. I love it on screen and in the book. The way Merry stabs him with the dagger of Westerness, the Númenórean dagger that is kind of, the Witch King was the enemy of the Kingdom of Arnor. So it was their weapon, the weapon of the Dunedain, that Merry used against him, and weakened him and allowed Éowyn to strike the fatal blow. So yeah, I'm just rambling on here. This is a fairly short video, but I just wanted to come on and share my thoughts and get my poster right. I should probably hang this up. It's been in a tube for a long time. And I've got the One Ring. I really don't know how well you can see that. speech of Mordor inscribed on it. One ring to rule them all, one ring to find them, one ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them. Yeah. Sorry, this video is probably really boring. But I'll be back soon with other videos. I don't know if I've done too much Middle Earth stuff recently. I don't apologize. Yeah. Let me know. Did you go? Have you seen the movies in the cinema? Did you hear about it? Why don't we read from the book? Why don't I try and find that ending again? The scarring of the Shire, that's not in the movies. It got left out because they were already too long. I love that chapter, the Grey Havens. I'll just read this final paragraph. At last the three companions turned away, and never again looking back, they rode slowly homewards, and they spoke no word to one another until they came back to the Shire. But each had great comfort in his friends on the long grey road. At last they rode over the downs and took the east road, and then Merry and Pippin rode on to Buckland, and already they were singing again as they went. But Sam turned to Bywater, and so came back up the hill, as day was ending once more. And he went on, and there was yellow light, and fire within, and the evening meal was ready, and he was expected. And Rose drew him in, and set him in his chair,